Fujica, a place for budding and aspiring entrepreneurs. I definitely want to welcome you here for another week at the channel. And if you're new to this channel, I definitely want to thank you for stopping on by. Before we go any further, guys, make sure you like the video. Do not forget to subscribe and hit that bell notification so that you're notified every time I drop a new video. And guys, don't forget to share this material. The best compliment that I have received from some of you is, some of you have been able to get your non-medical home care license just from watching my videos. So with that being said, I know there are some people who need this channel that haven't come across it yet. So don't forget to be a blessing to others and share the content. Okay guys, just a couple of announcements. Do not forget that I have my next webinar on Saturday, May 20th. In that webinar, we are talking about a step-by-step guide on how do you start and launch your non-medical home care agency. Guys, in this webinar, we go from pre-licensing to licensing to actual launch and operations of your business. So I'm so excited for this webinar. The link for that webinar will be in the video description below. Right. And then secondly, I recently launched my Home Care Academy. So I'm very excited about this one. Is live, it's in person, it's in Sacramento, California, and it will be in October. For more details on this and what it entails, make sure you click the link in the video description. So with that, let's transition to today's content. So at the end of last year, I did a video on how to promote well-being in our seniors while caring for our seniors. And if you haven't seen that video, I'll make sure to put a card here at the top, and then I'll definitely put the video in the video description so you can check that out. But today, I want us to focus on ourselves as caretakers and making sure that we are promoting mental health and well-being in ourselves. So if this is something you're interested in, and I hope it is, because you do need to take time for you, then stay tuned. The first tip that I have for you is taking a mental health day. Now, I kind of laugh at this a little bit because I was introduced to this concept at my last job. One of my girlfriends was telling me anytime she's getting a little stressed out, she's starting to get a little overwhelmed, she would take a mental health day. From that day forward, I have adopted that premise. So anytime I'm starting to get a little overwhelmed, a lot of things are going on at once, I'm not feeling my best, I'm definitely not feeling myself, I will ask my husband to take the kids into school. I'm not cooking that day. I just need a time out. Guys, don't be afraid to ask or take a mental health day. And this is just really a day where you can really relax, pull yourself out of the rigmarole of whatever your day is, and just really attune to your feelings and really to take care of yourself. So do not be afraid to ask and or take a mental health day. The second tip that I have for you is just to incorporate wellness into your daily routine. And I say this to say, little things that make you happy, incorporate that into what you do every day. For instance, for me, I start every day with a warm cup of coffee and or tea. Now, it depends on how I'm feeling or how tired I am. If I'm very tired, it's coffee. If I just need to relax and get my day going, then it's tea. But you know what I mean when I say that? It's what are those small things that you can do for yourself that bring you joy? An example of that for me is magazines. I love just kind of looking through magazines, flipping through until I find that article, looking for wardrobe inspiration, listening to or reading stories that really motivate me. So what are those things for you? Is it listening to your favorite song? Is it turning on jazz music as you're wrapping up your workday? Whatever it is for you, just make sure you find some type of way to incorporate wellness to ensure that you're feeling good about your day. The third tip that I have for you is to take a nap. Now, really my 9-year-old had to call me out on this one because over the weekend I said that I wanted to take a nap, that I was really tired. And I guess I do, looking back, I guess I do say that a lot. And my 9-year-old says, Mom, you say that all the time. And I thought to myself, you know what, he's right. I have nothing to do right now. I have nothing scheduled. I'm taking a nap. And it was obvious that my body needed it. I took a 1 to 2 hour nap, and you all, I felt so good, so refreshed when I got up from that nap. And so I encourage you, we can't always take a nap. And we certainly can't always take an hour to 2 hour nap, because honestly, taking an hour to two typically would make me cringe. But because I knew my body was asking for that rest, I took it and I felt so much better. And I was able to get so much more done because I was coming from a place of being rested. So make sure you're listening to your body. Make sure you're taking care of yourself. And if you have to pull yourself out for a second or two, make a 15-20 minute nap, or if you can indulge like I did and take an hour or two, then by all means do that. The fourth tip that I have for you is change your scenery. So actually, my coworker was asking me earlier today if I have a patio or something on the backyard where I can take my work outside. And it's so funny that she asked me that, because every morning there is a bird that's outside of my living room window that just sings, and I haven't seen him yet, but I love to hear him sing. And so it's true. Sometimes we don't always have to be within the same boring four walls. If you could take your work to a cafe, if you want to read a book at a beach or on a park bench, whatever that is, so just change your scenery just to get a different view, then I recommend it. I know in our front yard, we have, right before you come into the door, there's some roses on the left side of it. Sometimes I like to just sit on that step and then watch what's happening in the neighborhood, look at the roses. So again, just changing your not only your scene, but it's also changing what senses are involved. You know, what beautiful things can you look at? What are those smells associated with that? Like I was talking to you about the roses a moment ago. Anything you can do to change your scenery can change your outlook. So you want to make sure anytime you can take advantage of that, you actually do. The fifth and final tip that I have for you is bring the spa home. Now, anyone who knows me knows that the spa is probably, other than the beach, is my favorite thing to do. But it's not realistic to always go to the spa, right? So how can you bring the spa home? Certainly, like for me, I have started to put candles on my work desk. So that really helps me to turn the TV off for a minute, turn the volume down on things for a moment, and really just take in the candles, the smells, the look of that, right? When you're taking your bath or your favorite shower, what scents can you bring in? When you take your shower, can you put on some wonderful oils instead of just our normal lotions? So what are those things that you can do to really pamper yourself, but, at home? So, and if you can, every once in a while, you can treat yourself to the spa. So I know I'm gearing up for a spa day, and it is carrying me for the next 2 weeks until I can actually get there. So you want to try to go ahead and schedule that spa day, but if you can't, what are some of those items that you can do to bring that spa home to you? Okay, guys, so that was my fifth and final tip. Listen, I would love for you all to sound off in the comments. What do you do to make sure that you promote mental health and well-being in your life? So that is it. That's all I have for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Listen, I know we talked about a lot of lighthearted things, and sometimes that's all we need. We just need a little jolt to get back in the game. But then other times, there are times when it's a little bit more serious and we need additional help. If you feel you need additional assistance, please don't hesitate to reach out to your doctor or to a therapist. For mental health and substance crisis, you can actually dial 988 from your phone. There's also a new telephone number that will connect you to the National Suicide Prevention Line. That number is 1-800-273-TALK. So please don't forget to utilize these resources if there's needed. Remember, you are so important. Make yourself a priority in your day-to-day life. I have been getting a few questions in terms of, do I do mentoring? Of course I do. I do mentoring on anyone who's starting a business, anyone who's actually working in corporate America and really kind of stuck on what to do in terms of moving up. And then I also do mentor people that are just starting their new non-medical home care agencies. So if you need more assistance, you can try to reach me by email, which is simplyfujica@yahoo.com. Don't forget to check me out on Instagram, which is @simplyfujica. And then last but not least, you can pull up my website, which is simplyfujica.com. That's all I have for you guys today. Stay blessed.